just going through some things, man. I don't know what to do.
Case of a missing 13-year-old girl. Investigators finding a body on the second floor of an abandoned house on Miami Street in Toledo today and tonight. The coroner's office confirms it is Kei'mani Lateague. Her father, Darnell Jones, is charged with murder in connection to her death.
The family of Kei'mani Lateague is in mourning. They were distraught on Monday.
This is a child. Where is she?
As a search for a missing teen
I want answers, and I'm not going to stop until I get them.
came to an end at this abandoned house on the corner of Miami and Wilmot. This is where Toledo police say they found a body on the second floor, a body they believe to be 13-year-old Kei'mani Lateague, the teen who has been missing for more than 1 week. Kei'mani's mother, Tiara Caston, said it's a place her daughter never should have been.
I have no idea. My daughter, there's no reason my daughter would ever be over here. My daughter go to school, go home, go to school, go home. She go play her basketball, come home.
Caston lives in Cleveland. The last time she saw Kei'mani earlier this month, they played video games and caught up. Police say the last person to see her was her father, Darnell Jones. Officers issued a warrant for his arrest for abduction. Jones previously told he last saw Kei'mani on March 16th when she was afraid to be home alone.
Came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house.
The abduction warrant said that he's given inconsistent statements to detectives.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to y'all another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all having a very great week. My day is going absolutely superb. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Ohio about way of Toledo. And big shout out to everybody in the great city of Ohio and everybody inside the great city of Toledo. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And you all, also, before I start this story, I want to send a special condolence out to the family and friends of 13 years old Kei'mani Lateague, because it's very sad and tragic what happened to this beautiful young girl. Because to be honest with you all, family, all of this could have been prevented if CSB would have stepped in, and also if other people that knew Kei'mani would have stepped in instead of everybody just sitting around speculating. Now, all of this came to a head just a couple of days ago, where 13-year-old Kei'mani Lateague was found inside of a burnt two-story dilapidated home, as you all see the photo. Now, the graphic detail and the graphic nature that Kei'mani was found, I have to edit those words because the way they found her is very gruesome, and it's all by the hands of guess who? Her own dad. And now before I tell you all the details of her death and how they found Kei'mani at this crime scene, the dad had the nerve, before Kei'mani was discovered, to go on the news and try to plead to the public for help. Listen to this.
Came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house.
The abduction warrant said that he's given inconsistent statements to detectives.
Now, the nerve of the dad to go on the news knowing damn well what he have done. And notice, not one time did the dad shed a tear. Not one single tear. And also, guess who didn't shed no tears? You all may get mad, but hell, I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you all just how I really feel, because I'm tired of people telling me, well, Trey, you can't tell people how to grieve. Of course we can't tell people how to grieve, but at the same time, these folks are not grieving. And I'm not saying everybody I'm about to name, but at the same time, if my child got found dead the way Kei'mani got found dead, I will be crying my ass off. And I'm sure some of you all will be also. Now, let me ask you all this before I give you the details of Kei'mani's death. Now, if your missing child was found dead inside of an abandoned house with their throat cut so bad till they almost decapitated, and both of their hands cut off, and they also been violated sexually, how would you respond? I mean, I know me, I would be in tears, I would be in an uproar. But notice, not one single tear came from the dead eye. And also, another culprit, even though she did not commit the murder, but at the same time, as the story goes,
Kei'mani's grandmother and legal guardian Dorothy Lateague says they did come knocking on her door, but she denies there was any abuse in the home.
I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf.
And while the news reporter was talking to the grandmother, not one single tear fell from the grandmother's face. And also, the mom's face, not one single tear. You all may say, well, Trey, they may be in shock or something like that. But at the same time, ask yourself this. Would you not still be crying your ass off if your child was found dead like that? Now, Kei'mani was found Monday evening. They said like toward Monday night, after being missing for roughly 7 whole days.
Of a missing 13-year-old girl, investigators finding a body on the second floor of an abandoned house on Miami Street in Toledo today.
But it's another thing to get abused up until your death. Now, to give you all a little backstory on Kei'mani. Kei'mani was a 13-year-old girl, and she also was an honor roll student, as you all see at the bottom. And she also was being awarded this month for good behavior. Now, think about this before we break the story all the way down. Now, here we have a child who's being abused at her grandmother's home to the point where even her friend, as you all going to hear, has something to say about that. Listen to this.
She came to school with bruises on her arms.
That's 7th grader Kei'mani Fisher, a classmate of Kei'mani's from her most recent school, Spring Elementary. Fisher says she would often see Kei'mani come into class with visible markings, so she and other students decided to say something to a teacher.
And she said she would deal with it, but I don't think nothing happened.
And now, as you all heard Kei'mani's friend say that Kei'mani would come to school with bruises on her body. So quite naturally, if a child can tell that another child is being abused, guess what? Adults should be able to see the same damn thing. But evidently, no adults did not see anything because CSB stated that they did not receive any reports.
TPS representatives say they have no records of abuse against Kei'mani to either CSB or TPD.
Even though in another news interview, they stated that they did receive reports and also went to the grandmother's house twice to talk to the grandmother. Listen to this.
Kei'mani's grandmother and legal guardian Dorothy Lateague says they did come knocking on her door, but she denies there was any abuse in the home.
And now, family, as you all heard, the grandma on a mission out her own mouth stated that CSB came and talked to her twice, so she say. Now, during one of those meetings, CSB had to tell the grandmother how to discipline, how to chastise, how to whoop her own child, as if the grandmother didn't know.
I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB on her behalf when she went to Bennett Academy. And they came in, they did a case study and closed it. They've stated there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them. And you need to whoop them on their behind, nowhere else. So, okay, with that in mind, I knew that.
So let me ask you all this right now, family. Do you think the grandmother was really abusing this child? And also, why would the student say something? And also, why would one of Kei'mani's teachers also say that she's seen the abuse? Listen to this.
But it's also not the first time someone has raised concerns about what was going on inside Lateague's home. Kayleen Harabedian was her 6th grade English teacher at Bennett Venture Academy, the last school she attended before spring. Harabedian says she also spotted visible markings and bruises on Kei'mani.
It's hard because especially in a role like education, your day doesn't end at 3:30. You take these things home with you. They weigh on you. I'm a parent myself, and I tried my best to make sure that she was removed from that environment.
And now, family, as you heard Kei'mani's 6th grade teacher say, she tried her best to get Kei'mani removed from where? The home that Kei'mani was staying with. Now, once again, who was Kei'mani's legal guardian? Her grandmother. So the teacher stated out her own mouth, as you all heard, because I have to make that very clear, because people act like they can just sue you over any damn thing, even though they don't have a case to stand on. Now, the teacher stated out her own mouth, family, that she's seen the bruises, she's seen the markings. Not only the teacher stated that, but also Kei'mani's friend stated that. But the grandmother wanted us to believe there was no abuse. And the reason why I'm driving the point home with the abuse was because Kei'mani was abused before she got killed. Now think about this so we can drive the point all the way home. Now think, if a person's going to kill you, I mean, hell, just go and kill me. But it's a damn shame to get abused and then later on to get murdered. Now, on one hand, we got the grandmother allegedly abusing her granddaughter by the teacher admission and also by Kei'mani classmates stating that they seen these bruises. But at the same time, the grandmother, as you all heard her tell the news reporter, she stated that she did not abuse the child.
I've went through this twice because the school system had contacted CSB.
Even though CSB had to come over there and talk to the grandmother several times and tell her how to chastise her own granddaughter, as if the grandmother did not know. Until the mom stays in Cleveland, Ohio, and Kei'mani was staying in Toledo. So I want to ask the mom this right here. And I know some of y'all gonna make excuses up, but go right ahead. I want to ask the mom this. Why wasn't your daughter staying with you, ma'am? That's what I want to know. You are 115 miles from Toledo, Ohio. So why wasn't your child staying with you, ma'am? Please answer that, because we definitely need to know what's going on. Because like I said, all of this could have been avoided if people would have used better judgment. And also if CSB would have stepped in and took Kei'mani away from her grandmother because Kei'mani was abused before she was killed. So remember that point right there. Even though the grandmother was not charged with a crime as I know of, and if she has been charged with a crime, please let me know in the comment section. But think about this, family. We have a beautiful young girl who was savagely murdered by her own daddy in the most horrific way. And then also, before all that took place, she was being abused, allegedly, by her grandmother. So what I'm trying to say today, family, think about how much pain and torture this child was going through. But the point I made earlier in the video, even though Kei'mani Lateague was being abused at her home and also being neglected by her parents, she still went to school and made the honor roll, as you all see once again. She also was being awarded this month for having good behavior at school. Now, think about this also, family. When most children get abused, guess what? They act out in some kind of way. They act out whether it's fighting or cussing the teacher out or trying to fight or bully other students. But Kei'mani did not do none of that. The good girl still had faith. But guess what, though? Did nobody come and save her? And that's a damn shame. I find it very appalling and very sad. And shame on everybody involved in this situation, because to me, everybody failed this child. Nobody did not really give a damn, because guess what? If they gave a damn, Kei'mani would still be alive. And family, what make it even more worse, now Kei'mani was found Monday evening. Kei'mani would have been 14 years old on March 28th, and that's tomorrow.
Yeah, her birthday's the 28th. She'll be 14.
Now, the news reporter was talking to the grandmother, asking the grandmother, why did you let Kei'mani go with her dad if you felt something was wrong? But guess what, though? The grandmother gave the most outlandish excuse. Listen to this.
Do you have any regrets of letting Kei'mani go with, as you're her guardian, do you have any regrets of letting Kei'mani go with Darnell?
I do, only because, like I said, I feel deceived. I feel like this was pre-planned. I feel like you meant to do this. I feel like you was grooming her.
Now, family, as you all heard the grandmother state, she stated that she feel deceived. I don't know what the hell that means. I think she meant to say deceived, but at the same time, granny, what about the abuse that this child experienced before her dad took her life? And ma'am, where are the tears at? That's what I want to know right there. Can somebody please tell me that? And the reason why I keep driving that point home, family, is this reason right here. It's because it's one thing to get killed, but at the same time, it's another thing to get abused up until the point that you get killed. And now you would think by CSB receiving multiple reports of abuse that this child would have been taken away from this home with her grandmother. But guess what, though, family? If CSB would have done their job properly and removed Kei'mani, Kei'mani would still be alive today. She'll be away from her grandmother and also her perverted father. That's a damn shame. And Darnell, you better hope that you don't drop the soap. So let me ask you this, family, in closing. Do Ohio have the death penalty? If so, they need to put Darnell Jones on the top of the damn list. Because it's a damn shame for somebody to kill anybody for no reason. But it's another damn shame for a parent to kill their own child. And then not only that, you violate the child sexually. Slit her throat, cut her hands out. And people want to make up all kind of excuses for Darnell, talking about he's mentally unstable. If he ain't mentally unstable, guess what? He's going to be. So to all those people out there that want to say Darnell Jones was not in his right mind, he's insane. True enough, he may be insane, but he was not mentally unstable. And the reason why I say that is because after he killed Kei'mani and threw her body inside of an abandoned house, he still went on national news and asked the public to help find her and made multiple reports to the police, lying to the police. And that's the reason why the police named him a suspect. Number one is because the child was last seen with Darnell, and every time they came and questioned Darnell, he always gave them a different answer. But the police quite naturally knew that Darnell was lying. That's why they kept an eye on him and put a warrant out for his arrest. So by them finding Kei'mani Monday evening, they had the warrant out for Darnell Jones' arrest, and Darnell Jones was shot in Columbus, Ohio, roughly 100 and some miles away from Toledo, in a section of Columbus called the Victorian Village. And my people from Columbus, you know exactly what it's at. But at the same time, when I do these videos, and this one is hard for me to do, but at the same time, when I do these type of videos, I always tell you all to reach out to CSB, and ask for help. But it's a damn shame when people do report these incidents going on inside these homes of abuse. CSP and also CSB does not do their damn job when it's time to do their job. Only thing they had to do was remove Kei'mani, because Kei'mani was going to school multiple times with bruises on her body before she was even killed. That's a damn shame. But I'm going to tell you this right here. You know, I hope the grandmother can live with herself, and Darnell, the hell with you, and the mom. I hope that you can live with yourself also in Cleveland. That's a damn shame that you all would sit up here, number one, and neglect this girl. So mom, and the reason why I'm bringing a mom in is this point right here. When you talk to your daughter, because you say that you all talk several times.
Caston lives in Cleveland. The last time she saw Kei'mani earlier this month, they played video games and caught up.
Did your daughter ever state what was going on inside this home and that she was being abused? Because if so, why did you not step in and at least let your child come and live with you? And more than anything, why isn't your child staying with you, and why does your mom have custody of your child? Please answer that question also. But in closing, Kei'mani teacher has this to say, because she was really trying her best to get Kei'mani moved out of this home. It's a damn shame that you have a teacher fighting for the child instead of Kei'mani's own family. Listen to what the teacher has to say.
And Kei'mani was allowed to continue living with her following the alleged CSB check-in.
It just fell on deaf ears, and I think that had she been investigated more, this was looked more into, she would 100% be alive today.
And now in closing, as you all heard the teacher say, if this case would have been investigated more and if Kei'mani would have been removed, guess what? She would have been alive today. And that's the whole point I'm making. And that's the reason why I said everybody involved in this child's life failed Kei'mani. But guess what though? Kei'mani is in a better place now, even though it's sad the way that she went. But at the same time, God is only going to allow you all to abuse these children so long till he call them home. But I always tell you all this. If you don't want the child, whether it's the grandmother, the daddy, or the mama, give the child to somebody who will take care of the child. Because it's a damn shame that CSB have to come tell you how to whoop, how to chastise your own granddaughter. As if you never knew. Anyway, rest in peace, Kei'mani, Latif. You all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed, and I will see y'all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.